Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Crybaby Pumpkin or Lulu, and welcome back to our blind let's play of the 100 line Last Defense Academy. Last time, Hiroko took a hard stance about if you don't decide to fight within 5 days, you're gonna be kicked out of the outside, just sent outside to die. So we're trying to convince people. So far we've successfully convinced Tsubasa. And now we're on to try to convince Gaku. Why I won't fight? Because I'm scared, obviously. After filling up on the sandwiches I had brought him, Gaku revealed the reason he won't fight. I mean, how is it not scary? What the hell are those invader monsters anyways? They're like straight from a manga. There's no way I could face them. I'd rather get kicked out of school than have to fight them. If you get kicked out, you're guaranteed to die. Isn't it better to fight and live longer then? I'm telling you, I can't. I can't help that I'm scared. How could all of you be fine fighting those monsters? You're the ones who are crazy, not me. You must have a couple screws loose. Look, it's not like we want to fight either, but we have no other choice if we want to protect what matters most to us. If we don't defend the school, everyone in the Tokyo residential complex is in danger. I mean, don't you have people that you care about? If we don't fight the invaders here, they might be killed. People I care about? I don't have anyone like that. What? But your family. I don't have a family. I'm an orphan who was abandoned as a baby. I worked and survived at the poor group home that took me in. I found myself falling silent. Nope, that's my thoughts. I found myself falling silent. I had no idea Gaku had such a past. I see. Sorry, I didn't know. Whatever, I don't really care. Besides, being an orphan isn't all that bad. Besides, because all I gotta do is look out for myself. I don't give a crap about the Tokyo residential complex. But, are you sure? If the Tokyo residential complex goes down, everyone dies. You might not have any family, but surely you have people you don't want to see die. I told you I don't. I struggle enough to looking after myself. It's been like this my whole life. I'm only looking out for number one. Okay, we're done here. Go home. Wait, hold on. Just hear me out. I told you I won't fight. If you want me to risk my life so much, then bring me some money. Money is the only thing I'll risk my life for. Bring me a fat stack of bills, then we'll talk. Money? Judge me all you want, I don't care what people say. This is how I live my life. So if you're not gonna pay me, then get the heck out of here. Shoo! Shoo! Okay, money motivation is pretty simple. Gaku pushed me right out of his room. Well, that didn't work. Seems like the only way he'll hear me out is if I actually bring him money. But nobody has money here. We were basically brought here with just the clothes on our backs. If I can't pay him with money, maybe I can get him some sort of gift instead. I'll have to bribe him with something else. In any case, I need to get him to open up to me. Let me try making a gift for Gaku using the Gift-O-Matic in the rec room. But what will get him to open up to me? What's something he wants? Something with monetary value. No point trying to think of something on my own. I'll go ask the others and see if they have any ideas. Like, without looking at the catalog, I'm not going to have any ideas, but... Honestly, I feel like Takamaru's going to be the one helping us with this. I don't know why. Where is everybody? Okay, War Room is where you're at. Okay. I don't remember where the War Room is. Leisure Lounge. Rec Room. Infirmary. War Room. I peeked into the war room and saw Hiroko typing something on the computer with a serious look on her face. What are you doing, Hiroko? I'm looking over footage of past battles and making a record. A record? A record of how many invaders, which commanders we took out. Basically, I'm creating objective data detailing how much we've contributed to this war. She's even doing administrative work. She might be hard to get along with, but she's certainly brilliant and capable. Isn't that a lot of work? Obviously. You think I want to do this boring work? Well, I don't, but it's still important. We need to keep those kinds of records. Or they might try to shortchange us when it comes to our reward when the war is over. Reward? Didn't I mention it? These invaders have a pretty nice bounty on their heads. That's what Sire said, at least. If that's true, then we're not fighting for free. That's why I'm documenting all of this for you, so that it doesn't happen. So there are rewards for taking out the invaders. I might be able to use this information later when I'm trying to get Gaku on board. By the way, do you know if there's anything Gaku might want? Sorry, never mind. Alright, what was I off to? Oh, map, right. Okay, Rumi's down there. Takamaru and Aito are on the second floor. Okay, second floor it is. Okay. Where is everybody? Is it in the classroom? I think that's where Aito was. Yes, Aito, okay. A present for Gaku. What about clothes? Clothes? I guess his outfits are always patched up. He doesn't have a lot of clothes or money to buy more. I see, so he doesn't have the means. So I think he'd be very grateful if you gave him clothes. But I can't just bring him any old clothes. It'll have to be something he likes. If I'm going to get him clothes, I need to research his tastes. Alright. That's where I was going. Okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, something Gaku might want. What about some needles and thread? Needles and thread? Apparently, Gaku's good at sewing. He doesn't seem like no amateur. Once he looked at the embroidery on my jacket and got all worked up. He was all like, not bad embroidery, but I can do something like that easy. So Gaku can sew. I'm surprised that Gaku has such a domestic side to him. But where do you think he learned how to sew? Well, he's the oldest of a big family. After having to sew up all the clothes for his brothers ripped up day in and day out, he just got good at it. Big family? That's not what he told me. He said he was an orphan. Apparently he's got over 20 siblings. Like, holy shit, right? Like, but I guess every family's got their issues. Wait a second. Maybe those are the other foster kids living in the group home. But if that's the case... It turns out he's got a family after all. I should make a note of this. Gaku's got a family of foster siblings. Okay. And then lastly, we need to go downstairs. Okay. I think it said Darumi was just in the hallway, didn't it? I should check. I should just double check. Yeah. Darumi, where are you? There you are. Look, Takumi, look what I found! Oh, what's that? A surgical scalpel! I was wandering around some ruins when I found an old hospital. Oh. I can't believe I found such a nice plate. It must be my lucky day. Just think how much easier I can do my cutting. Alright. Darumi swung the scalpel around as she ran down the hallway. She's acting like a psychotic slasher. Still my favorite character. Okay, I'm starting to get an idea of what present to get for Gaku. Alright, what about clothes? Gaku's always wearing patched up clothes, so a gift-related clothing might be good. Although giving him clothes isn't a good plan. I'm sure he has his own taste and style, and the chances of him liking whatever clothes I pick out are low. So maybe an embroidery kit. Apparently, Gaku's good at sewing. He doesn't seem like no amateur. According to Takamaru, Goku can sew. And pretty well at that. Then, what about getting him a sewing kit? He'd be able to make whatever clothes he wants and even keep wearing his current clothes by mending them whenever he needs to. Alright. I searched the Gift-O-Matic for sewing-related gifts. After a few minutes searching... Sewing kit. Okay. A sewing kit. This looks good. The materials I need are needles, thread, scissors, and cotton. That's a lot of materials. Gathering them all is going to be a pain. I was wandering around some roots when I found an old hospital. I rummaged through the debris and excavated a whole surgery kit. Well, if the place Rumi found was a surgical facility, they might have needles and thread for stitching. It's also sure to have scissors, and if there are medical cotton pads, they might work in place of the cotton. Okay, I'll go exploring tomorrow. I'll have Darumi show me the abandoned hospital so I can gather the materials. Day 14. Ready to go find more scalpels for my cutting, Takumi? Hey. You mean look for materials to make Gaku's present, Darumi? Yeah, time to begin the exploration. Okay. Take me to that hospital, Darumi. Okay, but don't get mad at me if I get lost. She is a straight F student. Oh, cool. Okay. First thing first, gonna look at the map like I always do. I can go this way. I haven't gone that way at all. I've already got like some of the gifts, so I can. I think if I go this way, I can grab this treasure here at least, and this checkpoint before getting to that checkpoint. So that's my goal. Let's go. Let's dismantle a washing machine, I guess. Got barely working motor. Yay. Okay, that's not damage. 6. And you find a pitch black room. Pull the curtains open.
This looks good.
Okay, let's go 3 and go downward to the checkpoint. Things are gonna start getting difficult. Let's check the power reactor. Oh, party took 10 damage. That is very bad.
What?
Okay, got school uniform. 4, 5, 6. I really... This is gonna be bad. Oh god, Darumi picked up a revolver from somewhere. She wants to play Russian roulette. Going along with it is the worst possible idea I could have right now. Takumi took 15 damage, and I died. Yeah, we're gonna retry from checkpoint. That was embarrassing. Okay. Let's go 3. Yeah, the thing blowing up on me did not work. Let's aim for the candy box. Okay, good. Didn't explode on us this time. You find an altar with an odd statue offerings have been placed before it. Take a prayer, leave a prayer, offer a prayer. Let's leave an offering. We lost a red crystal fragment. That's okay. It's okay.
What?
We got the school uniform. Now we're gonna go this way. 5 footsteps on the question mark. Question marks can be really bad, especially purple. Let's hide. Oh, move -5. That's fine. That's nothing. Okay. The ground starts to shake while you're exploring. Okay. I know this because of my girlfriend. Hide under a table. Earthquake, hide under table.
Yes.
3. We're almost at the end of this. There's a deer. Let's offer it some food. We got tree bark.
We did it.
And let's just finish this up real fast. We got needle, thread, scissors, and cotton. I wish it didn't automatically end the exploration for me, but we got everything we needed. Alright, I got all the materials. Okay, can we go home then? I'm getting bored. I just want to go back to my room and play depressing arrow gaze. Yeah, we didn't get too much today. That's okay. Thing is, I'm making so much work for editing me when I'm playing this right now. Because I am talking to chatters as they come in, which I plan on cutting most of that out because, like, honestly, most of the chatters that come in end up being scammers who are just looking to promote their own art. And, like, I already have artists who I plan on using when I get around to assets, so... But for those of you who don't know, I'm actually recording these YouTube videos live on Twitch, so if you want to hang out while I'm recording them, you can. Anyways, back to the sewing kit. Let's go ahead and craft that.
Aha!
Yes, the sewing kit's done. I immediately headed to Gaku's room with the newly made gift. Okay, another persuasion episode. It doesn't matter how many times you come over. I'm never going to fight those invaders. The only way to convince me is with a sack full of money. The heck is this? A sewing kit? Wait, you're giving this to me? Yeah, I figured you could use the sewing kit to make whatever clothes you needed. Or you can just keep mending the clothes you already have. You're good at sewing, right? Alright, I gotta admit this is pretty thoughtful. I just noticed some holes in my clothes. Yeah, that's a pretty good reaction. I can tell Gaku's expression is softening. Look, I feel bad saying this after you gave this to me and all, but I still can't fight with you. I'm seriously terrified of those invaders. As you can see, I'm not exactly the big macho Chad type. No, I'm not asking you to fight just in exchange for a gift. More like a gift so I could get a chance to talk to you some more. Gaku, would you mind telling me why you're so against fighting? Persuasion. Okay, let's see if I can do better than last time. Why won't I fight? It's obvious.
Hey!
It's because I'm freaking terrified.
I get dragged to this completely insane place, and then they tell me to go fight these monsters? Like, what am I supposed to do?
I don't think
What
calling him a
even
chicken's
are
a good
these
idea.
invaders? They look like they came straight out of a manga. Yeah, no way. Doesn't matter how much you ask, I can't and I won't. I mean, you tell me. How can you guys even bring yourselves to fight them? Seems like you're the ones with a few screws loose.
You can make bank.
Gaku, if you fight, you can make money.
What? Make money? According to Hiroko, every invader you bag nets you a bounty reward. If you fight the invaders with us, you'll be able to make some serious cash. No freaking way! So you're saying this could be a way out of me being broke? No, not just that. We actually have a chance of hitting it big and getting rich. Gaku, come fight with us. Let's get through this war and make a ton of cash. I extended my hand and urged him to participate in the coming battles, but Gaku wouldn't take my hand. Instead, he averted his gaze and bit his lip. What's the matter? You don't want to make money? I mean, yeah, I do, really bad. You have any idea how long I've been broke? I'll gladly risk my life, no, 2 of my lives, for a big payout. Then... But if I decide to fight here and help you take out the invaders, then all those bastards in Tokyo Residential Complex would be saved too. Huh? Isn't that a good thing? No way, it's not fair. Not fair? I told you I'm an orphan, right? I grew up poor in a group home. You may not know this, but society pretty much treats you like dirt when you're a poor orphan. No matter how much I asked for help, those jerks in the complex never even gave me the time of day.
They didn't help me, so why should I help them? How is that fair?
Fair? Now's not the time to be thinking about fair. Shut up! You grew up in a happy family. I don't want to hear the crap from you. Gaku started breathing heavily as he shut me down. His hatred towards the society that abandoned him is Gaku's true reason for not fighting. He'll never agree to join us until this hatred is addressed.
Hey!
Gaku, I'm here if you want to talk about it. I'd love to know everything you've been through. I decided to ask Gaku about his past to see if I could find a way to change his mind.
You want to know how many jobs I was holding down back in the complex?
17.
17!
Oh shit!
I was working 24/7, 365 days a year.
I just picked a random number.
Every day until I was about to collapse. And I don't have a single penny to my name. It all went to running the group home. I never got any time to myself. Isn't that messed up? So I asked adults for help.
Oh, nope, that's not it.
To show some...
Well, I want to help you.
Shut up, I don't need your help.
Eh,
If you feel sorry for me, then give me money. After that, you can bring me a rich girl with huge knockers. Seems like shallow empathy only has the opposite effect. It's no good, I failed. What can I do to get Gaku to fight when he's holding such resentment for the Tokyo Residential Complex? Yeah.
You want to know how many jobs I was holding down back in the complex? 17. I was working 24/7.
Nope, okay, neither of those are working. Okay.
It sounds like you've had it hard.
It's an issue for me of, like, I'm worried that I'm gonna miss it since they occasionally disappear, so I'm like, okay.
You want to know how many jobs I was holding down back in the complex? 17. I was working 24/7, 365 days a year. I worked every day until I was about to collapse, and I don't have a single penny to my name. It all went to running the group home. I never got any time to myself.
Why did I have to work this much? What did I do to deserve this?
So I asked adults for help, to show some love to our home, but we got nothing. Politicians ignored our request for assistance. I went to companies to ask for donations and got tea thrown in my face. There's no way I'm gonna help any of them. I wish they'd all die. I will never, ever, ever fight for any of them.
There we go. It's the siblings. That's what I was waiting for. I was worried because I was like, this doesn't feel right. Okay. My siblings? Takamaru told me, you're the oldest in the group home, and you have a lot of foster siblings. If the complex gets destroyed, they'll all die. You're fine letting the invaders massacre your entire family? Gaku fell silent. He seemed rattled. As much as he seems to hate the complex at large, there's no way he'd just abandon his family. He's bound to change his mind once he realizes his siblings are in danger. No, I'm still not fighting. What? Don't you even care if your whole family gets killed? They're not my family. It's not like we're blood related. They're just strangers who happen to live in the same group home as me. What's wrong with you? You may not be blood related, but you're still family. Not only are they not family, they're a huge burden. I've had to suffer my whole life because of those stupid brats. Just thinking about it ticks me off. They freaking used me. If it weren't for them, my life wouldn't be as miserable. Those brats can go die, 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 die,
I
die.
hope the invaders kill every single one of those brats.
What's with this guy, really? I get his anger towards the Tokyo residential complex, but why his family as well? They went through the same hardships. I think he worked so that they didn't have to. Gaku, why are you so angry at your family? What, would you mind telling me? I needed to abate Gaku's anger and get him to fight. I decided to try again.
The reason I was holding down so many jobs at once was to earn enough money to feed my siblings. Every cent I earned disappeared into their stomachs. I'm the one working myself to the bone, but I couldn't even afford to buy a single shirt. And despite all that, they never even thanked me once. They just complained about how there was never enough food or snacks. They treated me like a slave.
That's just how
If
kids
anything
are.
broke, they figured I'd fix it. They ripped their shirt, Gaku will mend that too. I must have mended their clothes thousands of times. I'd stay up all night just to sew for them.
You sound like a
Little
mom.
Parasites that
That-
drained me of my time and money.
That does sound
If
like.
it weren't for them,
Nope. Say, it sounds like a mom complaining about. Who are you calling a mom? I would have killed for a mom. Bring me a rich, nurturing biddy who will give me all the chicken tendies I want. Well, there's nothing I can say to Gaku when he gets like this. I need to do something to get him to express what he's really feeling. Okay, I guess we're just gonna wait for a little while longer.
The reason I was holding down so many jobs at once was to earn enough money to feed my siblings. Every cent I earned disappeared into their stomachs. I'm the one working myself to the bone, but I couldn't even afford to buy a single shirt. And despite all that, they never even thanked me once. They just complained about how there was never enough food or snacks. They treated me like a slave. If anything broke, they figured I'd fix it. They ripped their shirt, Gaku will mend that too. I must have mended their clothes thousands of times. I'd stay up all night just to sew for them. They're little parasites that drained me of my time and money. If it weren't for them, I would have had free time and money for myself. I could have bought new clothes, eaten some good food, maybe even moved out on my own. Oh, give me back my time and money! Damn it! Just die! Die, 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 you stupid brat!
Enough already. Nope. Not that either.
Enough already!
Not until society gives me what I'm owed.
Eh.
I turned into such a piece of trash because society sucks. It's all society's fault, not mine. There's nothing I can say to Gaku when he gets like this. I need to do something to get him to express what he's really feeling. Okay, I'll retry it as many times as you need. This is
The
just
reason I was holding down so many jobs at
not
once
persuasive.
was to earn enough money to feed my siblings. Every cent I earned disappeared into their stomachs. I'm the one working myself to the bone, but I couldn't even afford to buy a single shirt. And despite all that, they never even thanked me once. They just complained about how there was never enough food or snacks. They treated me like a slave. If anything broke, they figured I'd fix it. They ripped their shirt, Gaku will mend that too. I must have mended their clothes thousands of times. I'd stay up all night just to sew for them. They're little parasites that drained me of my time and money. If it weren't for them, I would have had free time and money for myself. I could have bought new clothes, eaten some good food, maybe even moved out on my own. Oh, give me back my time and money! Damn it! Just die! Die, 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 you stupid brats! Die, 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 die! The invaders can kill every last one of those brats. I wouldn't even shed a tear.
Okay, so saying nothing can also be the answer. Damn it! Die! They can all die! They all deserve to die. They all should just die. But then... why? Why is it when I imagine them being killed?
I start crying!
It's because you don't want them to die. Not really. But if you think about it, I'd be way better off without them. They don't add any benefit to my life. Family's not about benefits. You should know that better than anyone. You're trying to convince yourself that you should abandon them when you know you can't. You're only making yourself suffer. How about you give up and just accept it? Fight to save your siblings. You want me to save the little brats who ruined my life? Damn it, my life sucks. Was I a panty thief in my previous life? You were Kaname Date in a previous life?
Gaku, if you don't want to help the Tokyo residential complex, that's fine. I'm not doing this to save the world either. Honestly, as long as I can protect what matters most to me, that's all I care about.
I took a step closer to him and stared right into his eyes.
You don't need to save the Tokyo residential complex. You don't even need to let go of your hate. Just fight to protect what matters most to you. Like me, for the ones waiting for you at the group home.
Just fight for your family.
Just fight for your family.
Yay, 2 unlocked. You found it! I never asked for all these brothers and sisters, you know. My parents didn't want me, so who needs family? They just get in the way. Why should I have to keep busting my hump for them, even now? They could be a million miles away, you know. My whole life, I had to sacrifice everything for their sake. Talk about rotten luck. But still, I just can't abandon them. They're family. We might not be related by blood, but they're the only family I've got, you know. Of course, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be there for your family. Is it asking too much for you to fight for them too? Sorry, but can you give me some time alone? I need to think through all this. Sure, I understand. Thanks, man. You're a real decent guy. I feel a little better about myself now. Okay. That's good. That's 2 down.
Up and Atom troops, time to rise and shine! Get ready for your 50th day of active service here at Last Defense Academy!
Oh, wow.
Prepare to spend another day enduring the unendurable and suffering the insufferable to pave the way for humanity's future greatness. Be ready to give your lives to protect our beloved school from the vile and barbaric enemy!
The announcement played like usual and I got out of bed, feeling like it would be just another morning. But then... who could that be? I opened the door and welcomed my guest inside. How'd you like the meatloaf? Real taste of home, right? Just like Mommy used to make. There's a reason for that. I sliced your mother up into little pieces and put her in the... Just kidding. You've been to
Hey!
Yeah, sure, you got me. Did you want something, or did you just come here to prank me? Don't shoot the messenger, but Mistress Hiroko sent me on important business. Mistress Hiroko? She wants me and you and Takamaru and Aito to meet up in the cafeteria. That means right the F now, mister! Anyways, now you know. I have to go tell the others. Mistress Hiroko's orders must be carried out promptly and efficiently. Narumi bounded away, leaving chaos and confusion in her wake. Another meeting, huh? But it's only us this time. The deadline's tomorrow, so maybe Hiroko wants to discuss the test she mentioned? Well, one way to find out. Cafeteria, here I come. Good morning, Mrs. Sumino. We are back.
Huh?
Back? Where did you go? When we were out gathering herbs and grasses. We're pretty good at figuring out which ones are edible. There's been times in our life where we've had to learn the hard way.
Oh, I can't believe we're back to eating grass to survive.
This outside world really is something. We found plants I've never even seen before. But don't overdo it or eat anything that could be poisonous, okay?
Aha!
There's no need to worry. Mr. Outsky's been sneaking us bread on the side. He's such a considerate friend. Unlike a certain someone I could mention. Well, excuse me. And excuse us, for we must be going. This wild grass salad isn't gonna eat itself.
Goodbye.
Alright, so that's how they're surviving. I'm worried about Shoma, he might just be dead. First floor cafeteria. Thank you for... I like how the thing says what floor every room is on, so I don't have to remember. Okay. Ah, you're all here.
You bet we are! I gathered them all up just like you told me!
I can see that. You did an admirable job, Darumi.
Mistress praised me!
I'm not against this ship. Did something happen between those two? Come on, let's hear it. What do you want this time?
Oh.
I want to report on your progress. How are your attempts to win over the non-fighters going along? So this was part of your plan. Have you managed to convince them yet? You only have 1 day left. Well, not all of them, but I think Tsubasa and Gaku are starting to come around.
Oh.
I see. That's good. I didn't expect you to convert all 5, of course, but we can deal with the holdouts later.
Huh?
Deal with them? How? True to my original plan. Anyone who doesn't have the will to fight will be forced to leave tomorrow. What? Wait a minute. It took a while, but we've made real progress. With just a little more time, I'm sure we can... I'm sorry, but a promise is a promise. I can't go back on my word. But without any protection or battle experience, they'll die out there. If they're not going to contribute to the war effort anyway, what difference does it make? Why does it have to be like this? To defeat the invaders and win the war, naturally. You really think abandoning those guys is going to make it any easier for us to win? I'm certain of it. I've already pointed out the possibility of them drawing the enemy's attention away from the school for a while. There's also the chance that facing real danger will knock some sense into them and finally bring out their fighting spirit. Those chances are slim. It's not worth the risk. There's nothing I won't do for the sake of victory. Allowing victory to elude us would render the risks we've taken and the sacrifices we made up to now completely meaningless. If you have time to spend worrying about the others, I'd prefer you spend it training to use your Hemo Anima more effectively. The enemy commanders are far stronger than us. We'll never defeat them if we get too hung up on our own survival. When push comes to shove, we all have to be prepared to give our lives. As usual, Hiroko left no room for discussion, leaving us alone to mull over her words and consider our options.
Such a nice queen. How could anyone possibly not stand that?
Something she said just now bothers me. Aside from the obvious, you mean? Yes, but never mind. It's probably just my imagination. Nothing worth worrying about. What's our next move? Today's our last chance to save those guys.
Hey!
I'll talk to them one more time. It might not do any good, but it's worth a try. We'll have to do something or I'll be over for them tomorrow. You're right. We can't possibly abandon our friends to such a cruel fate. I won't let Hiroko force him out either. I'll step in to protect them if I have to. You can't use violence and threats to get people to do what you want. Society just don't work like that. I never expected Takamaru to be the one to uphold the laws of society. Appearances can be deceiving, I guess. No, it's just, violence isn't a good way to rule. Trust is better. Being a good person is a better way to rule than being a dick. In the back of my mind, I'd been hoping, really, that Hiroko would go back on her plan and cut the non-fighters some slack. I could see now how foolish I'd been to think that. Even if I managed to change Tsubasa and Gaku's minds, Shoma and the twins will still have to leave. I can't let that happen. I'll have to try to talk to them one last time. I should talk to Shoma, Ima, and Kako before it's too late. This is Shoma's room. I wonder if he's in. I rang the doorbell and waited. Eventually, the door slowly opened. Hello, I'm sorry. Please forgive me for ruining your day with my existence. Well, we're off to a great start here. Hey, Shoma, the deadline Hiroko set for you guys is coming up tomorrow, Are you sure you won't reconsider things? At this rate, she really is going to throw you out. Yes, I know. I guess I'll just be thrown out like the trash I am. You don't really want that, though, right? You shouldn't expect too much from me. I'm so hopelessly inept that me losing is basically a foregone conclusion. No matter what kind of conflict it is. This isn't some kind of physical or psychological shortcoming I can work on and overcome someday. My uselessness is baked into me at a cellular level. I may as well accept my fate. Me staying here would only cause more trouble for everyone. You understand what you're saying, right? Like, once you get beyond the wildfire, you'll probably die. Yes, I know. I've accepted that too. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it's better to get it over with now so I don't really let you down later. I'm sorry you had to end up here with someone like me. Shoma bowed his head in a gesture of deep regret and disappeared back into the darkness of his room. It's no good. He's too pessimistic for me to convince him now. This is Kako's room. Maybe she'll be more willing to listen to me today. I rang the doorbell and waited. After a little while, the door was pulled open by a shaky, hesitant hand.
Brother, dear, stop. Oh, it's you, Takumi.
Sorry if I surprised you. I just wanted to ask you something. Have you made your decision on what you're going to say tomorrow? If you don't agree to fight like the rest of us, you'll have to leave.
I know, but my dear brother said he had a plan. He said there's no need for me to fight. Just like he said there's no need for me to ever get married or leave home.
I feel like that's a discussion for another day. Okay, but let's put Ima and his plan aside for now. What do you want to do?
Me?
Was it really that hard of a question?
I really don't know. My dear brother usually handles all the big decisions. It's no different now. I have no choice but to go along with what he says.
Alright, I guess that's that then.
Thank you for coming.
Kako bowed uncertainly and closed the door, being careful to avoid making eye contact the whole time.
Hey!
That's about what I expected. I can't imagine a timid girl like that would ever going out on the battlefield. I honestly think she's more willing to go than her brother, and I feel like that's how we're going to convince her brother, is by convincing her first. This is Ima's room. Let's see if he's around. I rang the doorbell and waited. A moment later, the door was thrown open. Oh, Mr. Sumino. It's you. To what do I owe the pleasure? Don't tell me you're still hoping to convert me to your side. How much do you think you can achieve in just one day? Ima, please, at least think about it. I've done all the thinking I need to, Mr. Sumino. My safety is guaranteed thanks to the plan I've come up with.
Huh?
Oh, right. You mentioned before that you had a plan of your own. It's a simple enough solution. All I need is a way for me and my dear sister to remain at the academy without needing to fight. There's no way Hiruko is going to allow that. That's the problem my strategy aims to address.
Hey!
And what is this strategy exactly?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I am so sorry. But I can't tell you that. If you knew about it, it would lose all strategic value. Yuma waved me goodbye and closed the door. His easy smile devoid of any kind of fear or anxiety. He seems so confident. I hope this secret plan of his isn't anything violent. I think he might try to say he'll fight if both him and his sister can stay. I've talked to all three of the remaining non-fighters, but it hasn't done any good. I've done what I can now. I guess I'll just go back to my room. I had a feeling it would turn out this way, but I'm still not happy about it. If those three really are kicked out tomorrow, what'll happen to them? Is there anything I can do? I wonder who that could be. Has one of them changed their mind after all? Hope fluttered in my chest as I went to the door, but when I opened it, it's Darumi. No, it's Aito. Hello, Takumi. May I have a moment of your time? Oh, hey, Aito. What's up? I wanted to discuss something with you. You know, about Hiruko. What about her? You remember what I told you in the cafeteria this morning? Something Hiruko said back then bothered me. I've been thinking about it, and I'm sure now that it's important. So what did she say that was so strange? I thought you said it was probably nothing. That was just an excuse. I thought it would be better if we didn't discuss it in front of everyone. What do you mean? I'm almost certain Hiruko is hiding something from us. If I'd pressed the matter, we'd have gotten into a big argument. Things are strained enough right now as it is. I didn't want to risk escalating them further. I guess that makes sense. What is it that you think she's hiding? I want you to think back to when Hiruko told us before she left, and see if anything stands out. Okay. The enemy commanders are far stronger than us. We'll never defeat them if we get too hung up on our own survival. That humanoid invader with the strange transformation was certainly stronger than any other foes we've come up against. But she said commanders, plural, not singular. Huh? We've never fought an invader like that before or since. It's not impossible there are others out there like it, but Hiruko spoke about there being more as if it was a sure thing. Now that you mention it, that is kind of weird. Bear in mind, what I'm about to say is just my own conjecture, but it seems to me that Hiruko views this war differently than the rest of us. Almost like she knows something we don't. Well, that wouldn't be out of the question. She did say she's been fighting the invaders a lot longer than we have. But if the people in charge have told her something, or if she's found out something for herself, what could it be? Only one way to find out. We have to ask her about it ourselves. What? Just like that? But there's no way she tells the truth that easily. She'll probably brush the whole thing off. Knowing what she knows will allow us to make more informed decisions. It makes sense, strategically speaking. If she insists on dodging the issue after that, we can get everyone together and put more pressure on her. We could even make her step down as leader. What? If Hiruko's no longer in charge, she won't have any authority to make the others leave. It's not like we voted her into position to begin with anyway. You're basically suggesting we stage a mutiny. Isn't that a step too far? I don't think it'll come to that. Hiruko won't let anything happen that might just jeopardize our chances of beating the invaders. Yeah, that's true. I don't know what this information she's hiding is, but if it can help us give a better perspective on the war, we ought to know about it. It might even make the last 3 non-fighters change their minds. That's a chance worth betting on, don't you think? I guess. You see, it's in everyone's best interest for Hiruko to share what she knows with us. The thing is, though, she scares me. I'm not great at talking to people anyway, and I don't think I can make my case very well. I always feel better around you, Takumi, and you have quite a way with words, so... Ah, so that's what this is all about. Alright, I'll go with you to try to get the truth out of Hiroko. Thank you. I think it'd be best if we talk in private, just the three of us, before involving anyone else. I believe Hiroko is in the leisure lounge on the 3rd floor, alone. Would you mind coming along with me right now? Sure, no problem. Let's go talk to her. Thank you, Takumi. Is Hiroko really hiding something? I can only hope she'll be more honest with us. If she refuses, things could get more complicated. Well, I'm sure it'll work out somehow. And I think we're going to figure out how it works out next time. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you're all enjoying this as much as I am. And I look forward to seeing everybody next time. Bye.